Bill Malugin is with us. Take us through the scene, please, Bill.
Yeah, Stuart, this was one of the biggest fentanyl busts Border Patrol has had so far this year, with agents right here in Southern California seizing enough of the opioid to potentially wipe out most of the west coast of the United States. Take a look at the picture you just showed. It happened in Border Patrol's San Diego sector, where agents seized 232 pounds of fentanyl, all hidden in a smuggler's vehicle. Now, Border Patrol says that's enough lethal doses to potentially kill 50 million people. 3 smugglers were arrested, and that fentanyl had a street value of an estimated $3 million. Now, multiple Border Patrol sources tell me the bust took place during a traffic stop on a highway in the San Clemente area of Orange County. That's about 75 miles inland from the southern border with Mexico, highlighting the fact that fentanyl had already made it into the U.S. and was seized between ports of entry. GOP Congresswoman Young Kim, who represents part of Orange County, reacted to the bust, tweeting in part, quote, "Today, enough fentanyl to kill all of California and more was found in Orange County. This crisis puts lives in danger. The Biden administration must get serious about the border." Now, this was the third major fentanyl bust made by Border Patrol between ports of entry in the last 2 weeks alone. In the remote desert east of Nogales, Arizona, Border Patrol agents caught a group of drug smugglers carrying 24 pounds of fentanyl after they crossed into the U.S. illegally. And earlier this month, take a look at this photo. Border Patrol agents in Yuma, Arizona sector seized 93 pounds of fentanyl a drug smuggler had in a bag after he entered the U.S. illegally. And Stuart, in just the last 4 months alone, Border Patrol has already seized at least 800 pounds of fentanyl in between ports of entry. They say that's enough fentanyl to potentially kill at least 150 million people. We'll send it back to you.
That's just shocking. Bill Malugin, great report. Thank you, sir. Congressman Pat Fallon joins me now. Congressman, the country is battling an unprecedented crisis at the border. Got it. Your committee wants to speak with top Border Patrol agents. What do you want to hear from them?
Honestly, Stuart, we want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
And, we no spin. Just the American people deserve it, and that's what our jobs are. And it is not a crisis. I mean, being from Texas, and it's a border state, we share a 1,254-mile border with Mexico. It's not a crisis anymore. It's not even a catastrophe. We're nearing a collapse. There's only so much the Customs and Border Patrol agents can do. We need to do everything we can to support them. And here's a novel concept: enforce the laws that are already on the books.
When you say collapse, spell that out for me. What does it mean? Just everybody pours in, goes anywhere they want?
Yeah, Stuart, the Border Patrol will tell you they can handle about 5,000 immigrants a day, migrants a day. That's it. We're seeing days where there's 12,000. So what happens then is there's 6,000 or 7,000 folks that aren't even encountered. They call them known gotaways, where they see them, but they just don't have the capacity to do anything about it. That is literally a collapse. That is a de facto open border.
Has your committee subpoenaed the Border Patrol officers? You're going to get in front of them?
Well, we're going to use subpoena power only as a last resort, but we've had some Border Patrol chiefs come on. We want to have 6 or 7 more, because we want those different perspectives. Because, by the way, Stuart, not every sector of the border is the same. Some are experiencing collapse, and others are relatively quiet when you compare the two. But we need to get a full breadth of what's really going on.
The House Armed Services Committee just held a hearing on military aid to Ukraine. Republicans are demanding more oversight about how the money is being spent and where the weapons are going. Are the Republicans, you're a Republican, are the Republicans reluctant to give Ukraine what it needs to push Russian troops out of the territory they've occupied?
You know, Stuart, that's a great question. And the bottom line is this: it is an extreme position to do nothing, to not help Ukraine and let Russia just take it. It's the country with the 4th most natural resources in the world. But it's also an extreme position to give Ukraine a blank check, which is what the Biden administration has done. Deterrence actually work. Deterrence under Joe Biden failed miserably. Under President Trump, they succeeded wildly. Vladimir Putin didn't do anything in the 4 years President Trump was in office, but he invaded and took 2 provinces in Georgia under George W. Bush. He took the Ukraine under Obama, Crimea under Obama, and then launched this full-scale invasion under Biden. So deterrence work, and they also save money and lives.
Congressman Pat Fallon, Republican from the great state of Texas. Thanks for joining us, sir. Always appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Stuart. God bless.